I didn't even want to show up for this video. But what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Why, I really don't know. But hey, if you enjoy the content, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps out. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and hey, hit that new hype button again. I don't really know what the hype button does. I don't know if it helps the algorithm, but whatever. It can't hurt the video. And the Giants do a lot of hurting of the fan base on a consistent basis. And of course, yesterday was another pathetic, I shouldn't even say pathetic performance. It was a pathetic loss. The way they lost that game, completely inexcusable. Only the Giants can do stuff like that. Only the Giants can have their quarterback throw for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns and lose. And I just find it amusing, and I put this out on Twitter. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. Links in the description. Follow me on Twitter. I am very active on Twitter. We're gaining a lot of followers, which I really appreciate. But it's true. I mean, when I tweeted it out, Jalen Hurts had 95 yards passing. The game is over. He had 6 yards after that. Jalen Hurts throws for 101 yards against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Eagles win handedly. Game is not close. I know the final score was close, but the game wasn't close. Kansas City had no shot. 101 yards. Russ throws for 450 and 3 touchdowns, and the Giants can't figure out a way to win. The Giants are the worst team in football since 2017. Since 2017. And there has been some horrible football teams in that time. The Lions are really bad for a long time. The Browns have been really bad. The Lions are good now, but Browns have been bad for a long time. The Jets have been bad for a long time. The Giants are the worst. There's no team worse than the Giants. 40, 93, and 1. I mean, it's absolutely pathetic. It's totally embarrassing that in almost 10 years, we're talking almost a decade here, that this team can't figure out a way to win. All these head coaches, all these GMs, all these players, and the results are constantly the same. The Giants don't have one guy on this team that can step up. They just don't. Whenever the offense had a chance to win the game, they couldn't do it. Nobody could step up. When the defense had an opportunity to win the game, nobody could step up, right? Nobody stepped up. Nobody did anything. And that is just the way it is. The Giants will snatch defeat from the jaws of victory better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Remember a few years ago when they had Washington beat, they missed a field goal and Dexter Lawrence jumped off sides and they had it, and Washington got to kick the ball again. The Giants lost. Remember that? Remember that in 2020 when the Giants, even though they would have had a sub 500 record, remember when Evan Ingram dropped that pass that would have beat the Eagles and Giants would have won the division? Remember that one? That was pretty good too. Remember the back-to-back quarterback sneaks in 2021 from their own 5-yard line? Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, that's the type of shit we play here. That's what this franchise does. And it is completely embarrassing. And this team is a circus. It's not a football team. You have guys like James Hudson on here who have been horrible their entire career. And this clown goes out and gives you 5 penalties for 60 yards on the opening drive. Literally, the Giants had, I think, 105 yards of offense in that first drive, and they ended up with a field goal. That is ridiculous. The Giants had 160 yards in penalties. It's the most, I don't know if it's the most in the NFL. It's either the most in the NFL or most in the Giants since 1949. The Giants consistently find these dubious records of being the worst since, right? The Giants are the first time ever lost 9 in a row in the franchise history. Last year, 8 in a row at home. First time they'd ever lost 14 games. They haven't scored a touchdown in the opening day 3 straight years. They've not scored 89-12. They blow a game today with 25 seconds to go. Yesterday with 25 seconds to go. I'm actually recording this the day before and putting it out here today. But the Giants, when I was doing a game of Chris, man, and Malik Neighbors scored a touchdown, I knew that game wasn't over. Especially with Aubrey's leg. I knew the Giants couldn't hold Dallas. I knew they couldn't. And it's amazing because Shane Bowen is garbage. That guy, they should have left him on the tarmac in Dallas, honestly. I mean, what a horrific defense coordinator. I don't know if we've had a worse one. And we've had some bad ones here. Perry Fuel, James Honeyhead Betcher, Honeyham Head Betcher. I wouldn't even say Wink was a bad one. I'm trying to think of the other guy. There was another guy that I couldn't stand that was a Giants defensive coordinator. But they've had some bad defensive coordinators here with that. Well, Patrick Graham, not Perryfield, sorry. Patrick Graham, that's soft zone, soft zone. You know, the first play when the Giants are up by a field goal there, in the fourth quarter, you know, the last drive for Dallas before I'll be tied it, they get good pressure. They hit Dak. It might have been a fumble. It was ruled incomplete. They had men up in the line of scrimmage, and they rushed the quarterback. And then the next play, Shane Bowen drops his defensive backs 20 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. Just utterly ridiculous. It just allows them to complete a 18-yard pass underneath that gets them to midfield. And that's all they needed. Why wouldn't you keep bringing pressure, man? You were getting there, and then you just back off. The Giants are the softest, most conservative, scared football team I've ever seen. There's no go for the gusto, man. There's no fire. There's no heart. This team just backs off. The coordinators back off. It's the same thing in that last drive in overtime. What was that screen pass that they lost 3? What the hell was that call? And then Russ just throws one up. And listen, man, that was one of those instances. I love how the announcer said that. That's one of those where he's just going to say, I'm just going to throw it down there. It leaks down there somewhere. They even take that from me. Well, they take everything from me. And, on play-by-play, national media, whatever. They steal all my sayings. It's amazing. You know damn well that guy never came up with that before. Moose Johnson ain't ever saying that before. And it's ridiculous how much they rip me off. But I digress. It doesn't really matter to me. Everybody knows who comes up with these catchphrases or whatever the hell you want to call them. And I don't even give a shit at this point. I'm used to them stealing my stuff. But, the Giants, I've just had it. It's impossible to be a fan of this team. They're so unlikable as an organization. They really are. They're very unlikable. And this team continues to suck, and this team continues to lose, and this team continues to be an embarrassment. There's no end in sight. And you can go, Jackson Dart's the future, and that's great. Jackson Dart could not have played better than Russell Wilson yesterday. Could not. There's nothing more Russell Wilson could have done. Yeah, that last interception was bad. When your guy throws for 450 yards and he throws what looks to be a game-winning touchdown with 25 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, what more do you want from him? Your defense has to be able to hold Dallas at bay for one drive. They can't do it. They couldn't do it the whole fourth quarter. This offense kept coming back. The defense couldn't get a stop. And then when the defense gets a stop, then the offense can't do it. It's like they try. I'm telling you, man, it's like they're trying to lose. It's like the Giants are trying to find a way to lose. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. I've just never seen such a lousy football team in my life, man. I just haven't. And unfortunately, we just have to get used to this because like I said, there is no end in sight with this team. There are so many holes on this team, and whatever they do to patch them, it never works. They never hire the right guys. They never draft the right guys. They never sign the right guys. Every guy that leaves this organization goes on to do way better than they did here. And so that should tell you all you need to know about the organization as a whole. Chris Mara is fucking trash. That dude has got to get out of here, and he never will because of the nepotism that ruins this organization, that ruins this franchise. The personnel development is garbage. These guys don't develop here. Yeah, look at Dan. Listen, again, I don't care what Daniel Jones had another great day yesterday. Indiana won again. Daniel Jones could have done what Russell Wilson did yesterday. Not here. Russ did everything he could, man. Daniel Jones, but it is funny, isn't it? Daniel Jones has had 2 great games on a different team. Isn't that amazing? And again, Barkley was already great here. Even better when he left. McKinney was really good here. Even better when he left. Everybody that leaves this team is better for it. When Evan Neal is gone next year, I guarantee it. Evan Neal will go somewhere. I don't know where he's going to go. But I guarantee you he's 1,000 times better with the new team that he goes to than he is here. Guaranteed. Because the Giants can't develop players here. This is where careers go to die. Right here. This is where careers go to die. I want to give a big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring the video. Big shout out to Sleeper, guys. Do me a favor. Check out Sleeper. They have great promotions going as always. Make sure you use the promo code BADDOG right there. Click the link in the description to get up to a $100 match deposit bonus on your first deposit. You can make entries within 30 seconds. You can play daily fantasy, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, WNBA, NHL, all that good stuff. It's pretty much just betting over under. I am 0 for 3 this year on my picks. I can't get any even right, but I have had fun using the Sleeper app. So make sure you check it out because it is a lot of fun. You can win 1,000 times your payout. You can win all that type of stuff. You get fast and easy payouts with them. If you have injuries, it's void, so you ain't got to worry about that. So check out the Sleeper app. Really cool things going on over there. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, man, the New York Giants, they're terrible. Also want to give a big shout out to Body Armor Sport Water. I'm drinking here. Some Body Armor Sport Water. I need a lot of this. You have to spike this. The Giants are just such a dislikable organization. Careers go to die here. Malik Neighbors will not be here in a couple years. Malik Neighbors is not going to put up with this shit. He's too good of a player. And when you're a really good player and you're going to get the bag somewhere else, you're going to have a chance to win. Giants can't hold these players. Giants actually, when they get a good player, they got to let them go. They got to let them go. Like I said, look at Barkley and McKinney. They had to let them go. Malik Neighbors is going to be next. He's going to go somewhere else, and he's going to be fantastic. He's going to kill us every time he plays us. That's what this team does. Careers go to die here. And remember when Odell Beckham said years ago the Giants sent him to Cleveland to die? Now teams, if they ever trade somebody to the Giants or the Giants, this is where their careers go to die. It is a pathetic, disgusting, embarrassing organization. I am ashamed to be a fan of it. I am truly ashamed to say I'm a New York Giants fan. I mean, I really am. It's embarrassing. And I really don't know why I waste my time with them. I mean, it's just, at this point, why do you even watch? You know what's going to happen. They're going to find a way to lose. Competitive, not competitive, 34 points, 4 points. Yeah, you're not going to get 4 points. You get my point, though. 2 field goals, 6 touchdowns. It doesn't matter. They'll find a way to lose. The Giants could fuck up a cup of coffee, man. And they do. Every single week. And now we got the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are 0-2. Do you really think the Chiefs going to the MetLife Stadium 0-2 not going to whoop our ass? And they might not. They might not score a lot of points. They don't really look very good. They really don't. But don't worry. The Giants defense might hold Kansas City to 16 points, but our offense will put up 9 because that's what the Giants do. But if Kansas City, if we put up 28 or we put up 31, Kansas City will put up 37 because that's what we do here. We lose here. We lose constantly, and we lose better than anybody else. If the Giants do one thing better than every team in the league, it is lose and lose royally. And it's going to continue for years. There is no way out of this at all. And that's because the organization itself, from John Mara all the way down, is garbage. Total garbage. And it's going to be like that for a while. And it makes me sick to my stomach. And that's a fact. Anyway, I rambled on long enough. Appreciate you watching. Therapy session tonight, 10 o'clock. See you there. Bad Diggity Dizzle out. Peace.